Well, do you know what you're looking at? An old window screen covering my most prone to being damaged by hail plant, juicy leaved Glotophyllum linguiform. Look at the size of that hail. I just hope my mangaves are going to be okay. Jeez. Ice in the fountain this morning. Let's see how thick. You see I have these frost tender plants around the fountain, but I didn't cover them because they're protected by this tree. So anything you have over a plant will protect it. But if it's out in the open, it needs to be covered. Well, I had these agave attenuatas covered by the sheet, and the wind blew it off in the night. Looks like there's some frost damage. That's what those spots are. So I'm guessing it got down to maybe 28, but it was a weird night. This is unprecedented in the 30 years I've lived here, that we got rain, which soaked the frost claws. See how stiff they are? Feel like canvas, even though they're cotton. Then the rain included hail, which is still lying in pockets on the frost cloth. In order for frost to follow a storm here in Southern California, several things have to happen. Rain has to clear out and the skies have to go absolutely cloudless because clouds provide a blanket, and the wind has to go away because wind provides the rubbing of molecules together and helps to prevent frost crystals from landing on plants. Rain, hail, clear skies, then the temperatures dropped. Agave Americana Mediopicta alba. I should have covered it. Oh, it would have been so easy to do. But I thought, oh well, it's Agave Americana. Agave Americana, the big blue-gray behemoth, native to southwestern Mexico, hardy to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Agave Americana marginata is slightly less hardy. Variegated plants do tend to be more tender. The whole tips of those leaves froze. That white stripe or beigey stripe that goes down the center, that just wasn't tough enough. And you can see here where the frost damaged tissue meets the tissue that didn't get frost. It's not discolored. So I suspect that due to my own negligence and optimism that I'm going to have to remove this plant because there's just no salvaging it if the whole leaves are damaged. You can still see some frost crystals at the tip there. I did cover this Balcarnia recurvata, even though it is native to the Americas. And you can see under it, planted around it, are aeoniums. It's a big chunk of hail. Almost like snow. Dislodge it. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. Big old piece of ice. If there's anything above the plants, that will prevent frost crystals in the air from falling on the plants. And unless it gets really cold, the plants are protected by the overhanging tree branches. If you have an area that's out in the open with nothing above it, it's much more vulnerable, and those are the areas you want to cover. Understand your plants too, because some of them are not all that frost tender and don't need to be covered. But you know, I think that I know these things because I've studied these plants for years and I understand where they're from and their native habitats. That if they're from the Canary Islands, they probably can't handle frost, and if they're from the Americas, they probably can. Cactus. But I learn things every year. We're expecting frost again tonight. I'm just going to leave the covers on. And then after that, we should be okay. Maybe do what I'm going to do. If something's just too much trouble, grow something else. It's going to be a fabulous spring in the garden, despite being a rather challenging February. I'm Debra Lee Baldwin.